Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new Blox online video. Today I'm going to have a beginner's guide for all new players out there who are just now getting into this game and who might not know exactly what to do when they first start playing. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. I'll be going over pretty much the basics. I'm not going to be going over anything in depth or in detail, mainly because this video will be over 30 minutes long if I were to do that. But I'm just going to quickly go over the basics that you need to know when you're starting off, and from there you should be able to figure out everything. But yeah, let's actually go ahead and get started. So the first thing you guys should know about are player stats. Now you might be asking yourself, what are player stats? Well, I'm glad you asked. So basically every single time you level up in Blox Online, you get 3 points or point balances. You get 3 of them each time you level up. Now underneath the point balance, you can see all of the different kind of stats there are. If you click invest points, you can actually see what each stat is and the little description next to it. You have vitality, which increases your max HP. You have agility, which increases your walk speed and attack speed. You have luck, which increases your drop rate and critical hits. You have strength, which increases your weapon and inflicted damage. And you have defense, which increases your resilience and decreases the damage taken from mobs or players. So those are what the stats does. And to be honest, I'm gonna just flat out say it: focus your points on defense. Defense will help you out a lot, mainly defense and maybe agility, those two stats, or defense and strength. It will help you out a lot to put it into either or, because I don't know, it just makes the game a lot easier. Like for defense, for example, let's say a boar does 20 damage. If you have enough points into your defense, that boar, instead of dealing 20 damage, will deal 15 or will deal 10. So basically it keeps you alive a lot longer and keeps you in the battle a lot longer. And then for your second stat, you could probably put into agility just so you can get around faster, or if you want, you could put into strength just so you deal slightly more damage. But make sure that you guys really do focus on defense, because it would help you out a lot, like a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to stats. Just focus on defense and then put the rest of your points into whatever you want to put them into, just as long as you're focusing on defense. That's all that matters. So now that you know about the player stats, let's go ahead and talk about the weapon stats. Now every weapon has its own skill level. So as you see right here, dagger has skill level 1, rapier has skill level 1, two-handed has skill level 1, one-handed has skill level 122, and then we could talk about the smithy skill another time, but pretty much you see right here, my weapons all have their own skill level. So that means they're separate from the player level. So if you look up here, I have a player level of 101, but I have a weapon skill level of 122. Now the way this game works is that the player level and the weapon skill level are two different things. So if you look in your inventory at equipment, you see how, like for example, a weapon, right next to it says SK122 or SK150, SK70, SK16, and SK1. Basically the number right next to the SK that's basically the level of the sword skill required to use that weapon. So right now, if I wanted to use the Aqua Blade, I need to get my SK up to 150 or my sword skill up to 150 to use the Aqua Blade. Same thing with rapier, same thing with two-handed, and so on and so on. The only things that use player level are shields, armor, and helmets. Those are the only things that use player level. Weapons use their own separate weapon skills. So that's something that a lot of new players don't seem to know, but I mean, now you know. Now that we talked about weapon skills and player stats, you might be asking yourself, okay, now that I know about these two things, what's the best way to play the game? What's the best way to start level up my character, start level up my weapons? What is the best and fastest way to do this? And to be honest, it's pretty simple. Just go around and kill things. Now I will say you need to be careful, because this game does punish you if you die. What I mean by that is, let's say you're level 10, right? And the total amount of XP you need is 1,000 to reach level 11. And let's say you're halfway there, right? So you're 500 out of 1,000. And let's say a boar or whatever kills you. Your XP bar would drop back down to 0. So instead of needing 500 more XP to reach 1,000, you need 1,000 to reach 1,000. It drops back down to 0. So you want to be very careful when you're fighting mobs, especially by yourself. And if you can't handle the mob, please run away. It's no shame in running as long as you survive. But I just wanted to get that little warning out the way. So yeah, now you guys know about that. But the best way to level up your character and your weapons is, like I said before, to attack monsters. Make sure that you're not attacking the monsters out of your lead. And also, very important, make sure to do quests. On every single floor besides floor 1, of course, there will be NPCs around that you can accept their quests and do it. Now, these quests won't give you sword skill levels. You can only get that from killing things. But it does give you player levels, and it also gives you money, which will come in handy later on when you're buying shop items and other things to make your character more powerful. But other than that, that's really all it is when it comes to Blox Online. Just making sure you're putting the right points into the right stats, making sure that you're leveling up your skill level, and making sure that you're, getting your player level up there. And of course, making sure you're not fighting anything that's too powerful for you, because you do not want to die. Now, I do want to warn new players, there is player killing in this game. This game is PvP focused. So I would suggest after you guys reach about level 15, maybe 20, get a partner or join a guild. That way you have a better chance of playing a game without dealing with much, player killing, or at least you have some backup if you do deal with it. So yeah, highly recommend you guys join a guild. Try to find a player who's in a guild, ask if you could join, and that's basically it. I hope you guys have fun in Blox Online. This has been a little, I guess, beginner guide of me walking back and forth on this hill. Like I said, it wasn't really much there to explain. I really just want to go over the basics so people can know, because a lot of people don't know. But this game is very open. It's just like Swordburst 2, if you guys ever played that, but just a bit more hardcore, and everything has its own stats when it comes to weapons and armor and everything. Everything has its own leveling stats, so that's really the only difference. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please leave a like, subscribe. It helps out like a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been your boy Takeoi, or Taki, whichever you want to call me. Peace out.